Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing my everyday makeup routine. However, we are going to make it bookish because I feel like I have gained so many new friends and people tuning into my videos over the last about a year. So I figured why not reintroduce myself, answer some book related questions. That way you know me a little bit more, or maybe the content that I will be making. And while we're doing that, I'll just show you kind of how I do my makeup. Before we get into this video, if you have not, please give it a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any more of my videos. And without further ado, let's get into this video. A few things I want to mention. I do have the mini mic on to hopefully minimize the extra sound. I have the windows open, so I just don't want a ton of noise, and I'm hoping that minimizes it. So let's get into some of the makeup and some of the questions. First thing I'm starting off with is the Tower 28 Daily Rescue. Primarily, the only reason I'm starting with this is just because I did do a workout, and I find that this is really nice before or after, so my skin doesn't break out if I sweat or anything. And then on top of that, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Skin Untouchable Whoa Glow sunscreen along with some of the Drunk Elephant bronzing sunshine drops. So these two I put together and then just put it all over my face. The first question is just like the basics about me. So my name is Tessa. If you didn't know, it is my channel name, but my name is Tessa and I am 24 years old. My birthday is in January, so I just turned 24. I am from Michigan, so I've only ever lived in Michigan, born and raised. I've always lived here, and I'm not gonna lie, I quite enjoy it. I think because I can't imagine living somewhere that doesn't have all 4 seasons. That's one thing that I think would keep me kind of in this region of the US, if not just me moving to Europe. That's kind of what would keep me weather-wise and kind of everyday life. Now, I love traveling, so I definitely enjoy different climates, but it's definitely my favorite having all 4 seasons throughout the year. It kind of just switches everything up. I feel like my pace in life kind of slows or speeds up depending on that. So 24 from Michigan. The next thing I'm going to go in with is my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and this is in the color 202. The next question is my job. So I do have a part-time, but honestly I'm going to full-time, which I will also get to in the same question. I am a physical therapist assistant. So if you don't know what that is, I am basically the person doing your exercises if you come to get physical therapy after an injury or after being sick in the hospital. Like, I work at an outpatient clinic, so we really see all ages, anywhere from, I've worked with a 2-month-old all the way to like someone who's like 90, 80 years old. So it's a whole different range of people and diagnoses, which I really do enjoy because it changes it up. It's not all the same, and I feel like if it was all the same, I would get really bored. But I might see a low back patient, then a shoulder, then a knee, then a hip, then a back. So I'm kind of seeing everything all the time. To go along with that, my hours, I started off working part-time 3 days a week, and that was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. However, money-wise, I feel like because I did so much traveling this last year, I'm kind of tempted to move up to full-time, but I want to try it out because I do babysit for my sister, so I watch my nephew every single Tuesday and Thursday for like 4 to 5 hours. So that takes a lot out of my time to do videos and stuff. However, I just don't know how that would work. So I actually started adding Mondays this year, and it started off being 3 hours. Now I'm working a whopping 12 hours on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then my Tuesdays and Thursdays will stay at about 8 hours. So that is my job. I do enjoy it. My program was 2 years long, and this is actually coming up on my 2nd year of working at this job. I started right off of college, which I think I got really lucky with. I think I only had about a month gap And about a week and a half of that was just waiting to get into the job. I actually already had the job. So that's my job on top of this. So if you wonder why I miss a few days or if my videos are kind of sporadic, it's because I also have a part-time / full-time job. This is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. I actually don't like the Ultra Creamy. I will not repurchase this. I like the original, but I just figured I would try it. This is in the shade 12B. So it's good, but I just feel like it doesn't do as much as the original. Now, I do have a second job. So that second job is catering. I cater, sorry, I need to look so I know where I'm applying this. I cater with a family friend, and that's usually Fridays and depends, sometimes Saturdays. It used to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Mondays, but that has changed since I kind of leave on the weekends now because I'm at my boyfriend's. But I do work with her like almost every Friday. So that is my second job. Now, hobbies, obviously reading. I love reading, and it's honestly something that I've always loved. I used to read every day, multiple books a week in middle school, and then I kind of fell off of it during high school and didn't start reading again until I would say like mid-college is when I started again. And honestly, I don't really know why I started back. I can't remember if there's like a specific reason, but I fell back in love, if not more in love, with reading. So that is definitely my number one hobby, is reading. If I'm not doing anything, I'm probably reading. Other than that, YouTube. I love watching YouTube, different people, Good Mythical Morning, and then I watch booktubers like Sarah and Destiny, and then I watch Sims players like Deligracy. So I kind of see a whole range of people just depending on what I want to watch at that time. Tower 28 Blush and Rush Hour. I think that is, it's the Beach Please Rush Hour. Love this. It's a cream blush, and I swear it changes my whole makeup. Next question is favorite books of all time. Honestly, anything by Sarah J. Maas, specifically Throne of Glass or ACOTAR. I would definitely say Throne of Glass more for the plot, and then ACOTAR if I really want a good romance kind of fantasy. Anything by Emily Henry. There's a few that are specifically my favorites, like Beach Read and Happy Place. Those are my favorite too. What's a different kind of genre? Thriller, Riley Sager. I really enjoy his thrillers. I would say there's definitely a lot less chance for me to hate one of his thrillers than it is to love them. So he's kind of a safe thriller author for me. Am I missing someone like huge? I would definitely say like those. I love like little romance books, but they're more like standalone. Women's fiction I've gotten into quite recently. Favorite genre? Honestly, it's kind of a tie. I really, 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 really enjoy fantasy. Then I would say fiction, and then I would say romance. Just because I feel like fiction is a new one for me that I've really fell in love with, because it's not just romance, it's like life lessons, which I really enjoy. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, and this is there a color for this? Translucent. So I'm just going to put this under my eyes and then some of these spots right in here. Least favorite genre is probably nonfiction, I would say. I can't say historical fiction because I read my first one. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. But I absolutely loved my first historical fiction book, and it makes me want to read more. I would say nonfiction, just because I don't really read a ton of it, and it's not really interesting to me. Sometimes it feels like it just repeats itself over and over and over, and I don't love that. I can't get through it as fast as like other books. Least favorite book? I would say, I have a few videos on this, but specifically probably Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey, Bride, A River Enchanted, A Sorcery of Thorns. those are the first that come to my mind that were just like a waste of my time reading. This is the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. The next question, goals for this year. I want to be posting more consistently on YouTube and just like putting in a lot of work to make them better. If you've noticed, I don't know, it depends on if you've been here for a really long time, but my intros have changed a lot, and I finally have like a good, that's my intro for every video if I can, and I want to change it a little bit more, but for right now, it's fine. Like, it's totally okay. And other than that, saving up as much money as I can because I want to travel a lot this next year. I'm hoping that's kind of the plan. Obviously, it all depends, but definitely saving up money and being more consistent on YouTube in like effort-wise as well. Now, number-wise, I definitely want to hit 1,000 subscribers, but I don't want to reach too far because I'm appreciative, but I'm only a little halfway to 1,000. So if it happens, I'll be so happy and I'll probably celebrate somehow. But if I don't, that's okay. I'm doing it for fun and I'm doing it for myself. The Dior blush in Rosy Glow 15 Cherry. This was a recent purchase for me and I absolutely love the color, especially on top of the Tower 28. The next question my boyfriend actually gave me to talk about, and that is my fears. I am scared of sharks. Terrified. I used to be a swimmer for 12 years competitively, and that was my biggest fear. A shark coming through the like drain kind of thing at the bottom. No, thank you. That was like terrifying for me. Other than that, like the normal ones of like me dying or my family dying, something like that. But the first fear that comes to mind when someone asks me is sharks. And then there's like a subcategory with any water animal that will eat me. So alligator, crocodile, piranha, you know, just the normal things. My last read, current read, and next read. So the last book that I finished was The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. That's the most recent book that I finished. And then my current read is Red Queen by Victoria Avantgarde, which you will see soon in a video. And my next read is actually going to be Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I have not read that book yet, and I'm so excited. But that is my next book, and that will also be in the same video. So stay tuned for that. I just put on a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me powder in porcelain just to blend out the translucent powder everywhere and kind of make everything mend together. How many books I've read so far this year? 25, which I feel like is not that good. Why do I feel like that's not good? I thought I have read more than that, but 25 is how much I've read so far. And my goal, I always set kind of around 100. Last year, I definitely fell off of that because I was not reading for about like 6 or more months, but then I definitely got back onto it. So 25 this year, my goal is 100. We'll see if I hit it. I'm going in with this new Best Day Ever eyeshadow palette by ColourPop, and I'm just gonna use the 18th birthday like nude shade to go in my crease. My next travel plans, I'm actually really excited for. Oh my gosh, hobby. I have gotten into running and kind of like working out more, but definitely more specifically running, that I absolutely love. So sorry, forgot to mention that, but that goes with my travel plan, which is I actually have signed up for the Dopey in Disney in January. Now, if you know what the Dopey is, it is a 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon in 4 days, so back to back. And I have been training for that, but my official training won't start until like September-ish. So it's like closer to the day of the marathon. Now, I have done a 5K, 10K, and a half marathon a handful of times before, and this will be my first marathon, so I am quite nervous, but it's okay. I'm going to do it for the fun of it, and it's going to be my boyfriend, my mom, and I all going together, and the marathon is actually on my birthday. So that is so exciting. I cannot wait, and I am just like, I can already feel the joy like radiating off of me. So that is a travel plan. I'm gonna go in with Eugene now, which is a little bit of a deeper color. Other than that, I don't have any other plans travel-wise, other than maybe like little trips, like the aquarium, the zoo, the beach, like throughout this summer. Other than that, that is it, because next year will definitely be more of the planning for bigger trips, aka like Europe. I want to go to Rome again and kind of all around Italy, and then I also want to go to Greece. So hopefully you'll see that soon as well. Done with the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I use all Anastasia Beverly Hills products. So I'm going to go in with the eyebrow definer in medium brown. I'm going to brush these out really quick. And then I can't really talk while I do these, so I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows, and then I will come back. Now I'm going in. Before I do my mascara, I did want to add this 11 Scoops kind of shimmery powder on top of my eyeshadow. This is also from ColourPop. I got it for free, and it's actually really stunning. The next question I want to answer before we end is, why did I start YouTube? Because I feel like that's something that I was always so shy to even think about doing, just because I'm definitely someone who, if someone's gonna judge me, I get so like insecure, and I just don't have that self-confidence that I wish I did. I started it for myself because I always watched YouTube, and it was like one of my favorite things ever, and I just always thought to myself, I wish I could do that. Why can't you? Why couldn't I do that? There's no reason. I would film on my phone. I got the app Splice, and that's how I would edit my videos. And it worked. Like, I had people watching, and some of those early videos were my most viewed videos on my channel. So if you're afraid to start, just do it. I actually got my first MacBook, I would say my only MacBook, about a year after starting my channel, because I really wanted to get something that would help me grow. So I bought that. And then I asked for this camera actually for Christmas one year. And it was kind of a split gift with my family members. And here we are now. I bought the Final Cut Pro Plus, I think, or Final Cut Pro just in general. And then I have Epidemic Sound for my music. And here we are. Why couldn't I do that? And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I like think back and I'm like, I wish I would have started sooner, or I wish that I wasn't so worried. And to this day, I still get really shy. Like, if my mom talks about it with her clients or someone brings it up, I cannot be in the same room if my video is playing, because my mom will sometimes like play it in the kitchen and I'm like, I need to leave. I cannot be in here, because if you think about it, it takes hours for me to edit videos, and I have already seen that video 4 times before I published it. I don't need to hear it again. So yeah, I started it for myself because I wanted to, and now I do it for memories. That's why I do all of my travel vlogs and all of my Disney stuff. I also do it for educational like purposes, because when I was doing my Run Disney races, my mom and I sat down and I was trying to find videos to know what to pack, what to expect, how to do it, and now you have my videos, and I try to be as thorough as I can. So I would say, if you are nervous about starting YouTube, just do it. It's so rewarding because of how much work I put into it. And sure, like, I started off with just like some cleaning videos. I had a very small bookshelf at the time, and I did like a reorganization, and sure, some of them, like, I look back and I'm like, that was not really good. Like, that was not a good video. It has like 500 views. So just give yourself grace if you're starting off and you don't have that many people following you or subscribe to you. I would definitely put yourself out there via like Instagram and stuff like that. Now, practice what you preach. I so wish I could be more outgoing on Instagram, because I bet I could find so many more friends or people that I grew up with that would love to watch my videos, but I just get so scared because I don't want anyone to judge me. What are they gonna do? Like, I don't even talk to them. Like, why am I so worried about that? Also, I just went in with the L'Oreal Paris Telescopic Mascara, and this is in the Blackest Black. I really like it, and then before that, I curled my lashes. The last thing we have is lips, and I'll continue my tangent, and then we'll end this video. The lip liner I'm going to use is the Makeup Forever in Wherever Walnut. To end that kind of rant, definitely if you're thinking about doing it, just do it. Whether it's just for you or if you're doing it for more, as in, I'm really like now reaching for a goal. I want to get to the point where I have like a big group of following, not necessarily for the revenue, but more just to have that connection with people online. I don't have a lot of friends outside of like family or like my boyfriend's family, so it would just give me, I think, like a bigger purpose if I had a community on here and I could include you guys in videos and all of those kind of things. But obviously that is like more into the future. The next thing I'm going to go in with is the Pillow Talk. I have no idea what this is, but it's like the cream and it twists up. I would say this is like one of my favorite lip products. I'm almost out of it, but I'm just going to put that like that, and then we will end with a gloss on top, and that will be, I think I'm going to go in with the Tower 28. If you can tell, I have almost used this entire thing. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to have to buy another one. This is in Pistachio, and this is the lip jelly. Yeah, this is almost gone. I love the way this makes my lips look. Anyway, I would love to include you guys more in videos, whether that's giveaways or choosing my books, everything like that. I do have a book Instagram, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and click the link in my bio and go follow that. I definitely need to post more consistently and kind of better photos, but I feel like I have to focus on a few things at a time. Anyway, this is the makeup. The sun is kind of going away, but it's just very like simple but beautiful is like the best way I can describe it. And I've always done my makeup like this, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely a little bit different, but you got some book questions, but you also have some questions about myself. That way you know me a little bit more. It's like we're talking on FaceTime. Thank you guys so much for watching and for sticking around. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.